Joining us now is Democratic Congresswoman from Vermont, Becca Balint. Congresswoman, thank you for taking the time. I know you have votes to get to, so appreciate you stepping in front of the camera for us. You led a rally pushing for Mahdawi's release earlier this week. First, your reaction to Judge Crawford's decision.
I'm elated, as are so many Vermonters. That clip that you showed should indicate to folks watching your program that Vermonters stand with Mohsen Mahdawi. There were hundreds of people who were there for that hearing, and he was embraced afterwards. There was much hugging and singing. He's a beloved member of the community in Vermont, 10-year legal resident, green card holder, someone who preaches peace and builds bridges between Jews and Muslims, between Israelis and Palestinians. And this was absolutely about chilling free speech. That's what this was about. And I agree with the judge. This is hearkening back to those times when we are policing people's thoughts, when we are policing people's words. This runs counter to who we are as Americans.
The Department of Homeland Security put out this statement just after Mahdawi's release on bail. And I quote here, "The Trump administration is committed to restoring the rule of law to our immigration system. No judge, not this one or any other, is going to stop us from doing that." The statement goes on to say it is a privilege to be granted a visa or green card to live and study in the United States of America. When you advocate for violence, glorify and support terrorists that relish the killing of Americans and harass Jews, that privilege should be revoked and you should not be in this country. What's your response to that?
That is complete and utter nonsense. We have a constitution here. We guarantee the due process rights to everyone who lives within our borders. And for them to say that they are the party of law and order when they are violating people's rights, when they are taking away a man's liberty because of words that he spoke, and it is so clear to me that they are willing to go after anyone, because as I said before, this was not someone who preached hate. This is not someone who instigated violence. They have not done their homework. And in this country, we still support people even if we disagree with their speech. That is fundamental to who we are as Americans. And they are trying to beat us all into submission so we don't speak up. And we had hours in the Judiciary Committee yesterday fighting back on these kinds of incidents that are happening under, Trump's rule here. And I can tell you the American people do not like what they see.
I know you were in touch with Mahdawi before his detention. He was afraid that he could be targeted. The DOJ plans to appeal Mahdawi's release on bail. Do you know what his legal team is planning next?
Absolutely. They will be planning to appeal. And I just want to be really clear with the American people that he knew that there was a possibility when he went to that final citizenship hearing, and that's what I want people to know. He was lured in under the false pretense of this being the last step in his citizenship process. He followed all the rules. He followed the law. And in the end, he was still carted away with people wearing masks and hoods in an unmarked car. And so, of course, they're going to appeal. And we will be right there with him at every step of the way.
Meantime, we've been covering all the cases involving deportees to El Salvador, where the U.S. government is paying that country to hold detained migrants. And Secretary of State Marco Rubio now says that the administration is looking at other countries to do the same. Watch.
I say this unapologetically. We are actively searching for other countries to take people from third countries. So we are actively, not just El Salvador, we are working with other countries to say, we want to send you some of the most despicable human beings to your countries. Will you do that as a favor to us? And the further away from America, the better.
Congresswoman, what do you make of this proposal, this idea, and what they see as a solution?
This Secretary of State is an embarrassment to this country. He has gone so far from who we are as Americans to be courting other countries to deport people who are living here peacefully, who are living their lives, and to say, of course, people here with green cards are here, and it is a privilege to be here. Absolutely. Absolutely. I have no disagreement with that. But what they are doing is not going after people who are a danger to America or a danger to our foreign policy interests. And Marco Rubio has strayed so far from his moral core. And I was disgusted by those remarks yesterday.
Vermont Congresswoman Becca Balint, thank you very much for giving us some of your time. Hope you'll come back.
Thank you.